Jack Long here, and welcome here to Learnguitartunes.com. Another lesson for you then today. This lesson I call Spider Fingers, and basically Spider Fingers is a warm-up exercise, and it really is an amazing exercise to do. I used to do this quite a lot when I was in the beginning stages of playing the guitar, but I also do other different types of Spider Fingers. Anyway, there's quite a lot of different exercises that are basically called Spider Fingers, and it's all about dexterity, which basically enhances and helps your fingers to get familiar with the notes and the frets and the strings. So as you're doing all this kind of stuff, your brain is saying, yep, that's correct, and your fingers are putting all the information back, and your brain's going, yep, well done. But this exercise, my Spider Fingers, this is my first Spider Fingers lesson. Okay, so I've got a few other lessons coming your way, all about Spider Fingers. So this one is the first one. I have about 6, I think it is, and I think you're going to really like this. And basically, there's one main reason why it's called Spider Fingers, but I think the other reason for this exercise especially, it sounds a bit like a little horror movie, as you just saw there in the intro that I just played. So what you do is you go from the 1st fret up to the 4th, all the way down the 6 strings, and then we reverse it from the 5th fret and back up again, back to the thick E string. So we're going to zoom in. I'm going to show you exactly how we play this incredible exercise. I really want you to take this seriously, because I think you should definitely nail this. Once you've kind of had a go at it, another good thing is to get a metronome or just tap maybe your foot in a rhythm and time, so you can then start doing it in an actual sequence. So anyway, let's zoom in to our Spider Fingers exercise. Okay, so Spider Fingers, the first lesson in Spider Fingers, great exercise. The first thing to probably note and tell you about is that we're going to pair our fingers together as pairs, alright? So, the first 2 fingers that we pair is our index finger and our ring finger. Okay, so these 2 are paired together, alright? And then of course then that means our middle finger and our pinky are also paired, oh, I can't do it, there, are paired together as well, alright? So, this is how the exercise goes. Now, you're going to find it a little bit tough at first, because you're going to be stretching some fingers across frets that you might not be used to, and it's quite a big stretch, alright? Now, one thing to notice is my thumb isn't up here. As soon as I put my thumb up there, if you notice how my wrist kind of goes down there, if I put my thumb kind of here at the back, it allows me to stretch my fingers more so here. The other thing to do is you don't want your hand to be slouched as if you're kind of jamming or strumming. You want to almost have your hand kind of arched over like this, almost as if it is a bit kind of spidery, you know, kind of, I don't know, skeleton hand. I don't have to go, I'm just trying to work out a way of saying it, but you get my point. You don't want to be like this on the strings. You want to make sure that your fingers are very much like moving across freely, like so. You know, the thing about this exercise and the other Spider Finger exercises that I've got coming up for you in the next couple of weeks and months is that this exercise is all about when you see a guitarist going, yeah, okay, great, he's got fast fingers. Wow, that guy's got the fastest fingers in the world. My fingers don't move like that. No, he doesn't have the fastest fingers in the world. What he or she has done is they've learned all these different types of exercises, and they've improved and got faster and faster doing these little exercises like Spider Fingers, which basically means as the faster you get and the more perfect you get at doing it, you know, your fingers are sending a message back to your brain, and your brain's going, yep, why don't you go a little bit faster? Yep, you can go faster, you can go faster, you can go faster. And it's all about touching and feeling to the point where you won't be looking at the strings and the frets, you'll just be playing it and having a great time. So anyway, that will all come more apparent to you later in your journey in guitar. So the first thing we play, get your guitar, get ready, make sure you're in standard E, A, D, G, B and E tunings, the standard tuning, and then what we want to do is we want to get our index finger, bing, our first finger, our index finger, place that on the 1st fret of the thick E string, okay? Like so. So, what you do is you place that, you pick it, and then you stretch your middle finger over to the 3rd fret of the same string, okay? Like that. So you're going 1st finger, 1st fret, middle finger, which is your 3rd finger, 3rd fret, little bit of a pattern there to remember, only in this first section of the exercise, that your fingers do actually coincide with the fret number as well. So, first one is the index finger, first fret, middle finger, third fret. Okay? Now that's a bit of a stretch, that one, but give it a go. Now the next thing to do is you're going to place now your middle finger, okay, onto the second fret of the same string, and then stretch your pinky, okay, and it's going to be going a whole step to the fourth fret, like that. Okay, so that's kind of what it looks like. Here's a bit of a more of a close-up. I'm just going to play it for you. Third fret, back to the second fret, pinky. You see how all my fingers remain in this shape? I'm just lifting some off to kind of, they come away so the other fingers come back, and that goes off, and then that one goes down, and that comes off, and that one goes down, okay? That's the pattern you want to be doing. It's a little bit difficult first to try and get used to it, but it's really good fun. So, first fret, then third fret with your third finger, second fret with your second finger, fourth fret with your fourth finger. Now don't worry about all the other strings. Look at mine, look. My pinky is essentially muting all of those, while the tip of my pinky is pressing down on that, okay? Let me quickly show you what the back of the neck looks like when I'm playing that with the pinky. See if I can do this with a bit of camera angle. There you go. So you can see the tip of my pinky there is right, just hovering. Look where my thumb is, it's bent, and my other fingers are hanging on there, because all I want to do is get the notes out of that thick E string. That's all I want to do. Okay? And it's pretty much the same when I've got my ring finger also on the string there, on the third fret. My thumb is a little bit further down here. If I put my thumb down there, I can arch my fingers a lot more better like that. And as my fingers go down, okay, my thumb is likely to go up a little bit. But in this exercise, I want to be still doing that kind of finger, that spider fingery kind of technique. So my thumb is almost kind of positioned like that, so then my fingers can run like that. Do you see? Yeah? Okay, cool. Right. And then we do the exact same exercise again, but this time on the A string. Okay, so we go first fret of the A string. Okay, and then we go third fret again with our ring finger, and then we go back second fret with our middle finger, and then pinky on the fourth. And then we repeat again on the D. D, and third fret, and back to the second fret, and then pinky onto the fourth. Alright, and then we do it again on the G, and then it's ring finger on the third, and then we back to the second fret with our middle finger, and then pinky on the fourth. And then again on the B string. Third, 2, and then 4. And then we finally end it with the high E string. And then pinky on the fourth. Now, when we come back up, we do almost like a little bit of a backward sequence, okay? But this time, a little bit harder, we then scoot our pinky, as it remains on that string there, of the E string on the 4th fret, just scoot pinky up to the 5th, and then go 5. This time, we're now doing middle finger, so this is the start again of the next exercise as we're working backwards up. Pinky, 5th fret of the E, middle finger, then goes on to now the 3rd fret of the E, and then ring finger then comes forward to the 4th fret, and then all you do is make sure you got your index finger ready on the 2nd fret, lifting the ring finger off, so then you're ready to pick. Massively crucial, that bit, because you'll learn later on in stages that when you're playing licks and stuff, you want to make sure that your index finger or whatever finger you're using is always tucked as you're doing other things later on, and you know you're going to come back to that note there, or wherever the note might be, that the index finger is sitting there. That's a really good exercise to learn that. So let's run that through again. So pinky starts on the 5th fret. Oops, sorry. And then middle finger on the 3rd fret. and then ring finger on the 4th, and then pinky already down on the 2nd. Okay, and then you repeat that exercise again, now this time on the B. B, 5th fret. Okay, and then we jump to the middle finger 3rd. Okay, and then 4th ring and ring finger, 2nd ring, index. And again, 5th fret on the G with the pinky. Alright, 3rd fret again. Ring finger on the 4th fret. Index finger on the 2nd. And again on the D string. 5th fret, down to the 3rd, up to the 4th, down to the 2nd. And again on the A string, this is where it gets hard. This bit's really hard because you're stretching there, and your fingers, look at my fingers. You can see the index finger is still hovering around its area, as is the ring, as is the middle finger and the ring finger. They're hovering around their areas. They're also slightly higher up the neck again because my thumb is once again a little bit further down on the back of the neck. So again, 5th fret with the pinky on the A string, and then the 3rd fret with that middle finger, and then the 4th fret with the ring finger, and then index finger. As you can see that position, look at that position there. That's almost how it's going to be, right? That's a bit like a power chord, that. Okay, 2nd fret, and then we end it on the thick E string, it's a high E string, low E string even, sorry. Go. So that's quite hard, this one, and I'm going to tell you a little reason why we're doing this. So there's a 3rd fret, 4th fret, and then ending it with index finger, the 2nd fret of that low E string. So the other thing, well, the other reason why this is such a great exercise, check out my fingers. Okay, the tip of my fingers, you can probably see I've got lines on them. That's because of the string lines, obviously. But the great thing about this is a lot of guitar players, when playing open chords at the very beginning stages, some guitar players jump straight into open chords. And what they do is they generally play open, like there's an A minor, there's an A, there's a D, there's a G. If you notice, the one finger that never gets used in any of those chords is your pinky. Watch. A minor, C, E minor, G, E. Pinky gets completely left out, right? And then later on in stages where you might want to play a bar chord, okay, B bar chord, pink is being used, okay, G, pink is being used, A, pink is being used. See, pink is starts being used, and then a lot of guitar players at the beginner stage who then want to learn to play bar chords are kind of like, oh, yeah, I can do the bar chord, but my pinky kills, it really hurts, because you're not used to pressing down pinky. The other thing is, when you do bar chords, pinky is going to start being pressed down on the more coiled strings, which are obviously harder to press down because they're thicker, and they certainly, you know, your fingers need to really get used to those strings. It's all very well having your pinky having a little licks on some of the thinner strings, but by doing this exercise, it forces you to use your pinky across the thick strings, right? Which is going to start strengthening that pinky. And when you get, and actually your ring finger, when you get to other exercises such as bar chords or power chords, whatever it might be, even pentatonic scales and other scales and stuff like that, you'll find that this exercise and other spider finger exercises that I've got coming up for you has already instantly trained and got that other fingers used to pressing down in the harder areas. Alright, so again, this is another crucial tip there for you. Okay, so thank you again, once again, for watching this Spider Fingers exercise number 1. I really hope you like lesson 1 here with Spider Fingers. It's a great exercise. Do try and, you know, take it slowly. Okay, take it as slowly as you can, and then, you know, get as fast as you can with it, and have fun with it. Now, the other thing to remember about Spider Fingers, this is a great thing to just give you as a tip. I didn't go through this at the beginning because I didn't want to overwhelm you. Is that you can start Spider Fingers wherever you like. So instead of starting on, say, for example, the 1st fret, you could start on the 5th fret and just follow the pattern again. So you'd go 5, and instead of going 7, you'd go 5, 7, and then you'd go 6, 8, and again. A little bit of a mistake there, as you can see, but anyway, but you get the point, right? So that is a wonderful exercise, because then you're starting to experiment a little bit more up and down the frets as well there. All right, and that also kind of allows you to learn a bit more about your pointers and frets and so on. So have a crack at that. Have a really great fun with this exercise number 1, lesson 1 of Spider Fingers. And do keep an eye out in about a month or so for Spider Fingers number 2. Thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can catch all future new release lessons. Now, still getting frustrated or stuck and trying to figure out all this guitar stuff? Well, I've got you covered. Click the link below and you'll get not 1 but 2 guitar guides covering everything you need to know about the guitar, music theory, the 9 most important open chords, my 4-step formula to getting to know the guitar better, pentatonic scales, licks, riffs, blues music, 12-bar blues, and much, much more inside my exclusive 2 guitar guides, the Ultimate Guitar Guide and Guitar the Next Level. Click the link below and on the other page submit your name and your email and you get instant access to my 2 free guitar guides. Cheers now.